a.m., 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., and 5 p.m. News at noon, 12 noon. News from across the states, 4 p.m. And our major news at 6 p.m. Citizen FM 93.7. Always precise in news broadcast.
This is 93.7 Citizen FM, Abuja.
The time is 6 o'clock. Welcome to Citizen FM News. I am Didi, and first the headlines. NAFDAC seeks for stronger synergy with Indian pharmaceutical sector. CBN distributes over 100 billion to beneficiaries on productivity. And President Buhari tasks Flying Eagles to win under 20 AFCON. And other details, President Muhammadu Buhari has called on developed and developing nations to grant duty-free and quota-free market access for products originating from the world's 46 least developed countries to ensure their integration and in regional and global value chains. Buhari made the call in Doha, Qatar, the UN Conference of Least Developed Countries, maintaining that this had become imperative to ensure their integration in regional and global value chains. Also speaking at the event, Minister of Foreign Affairs Geoffrey Onyema re-emphasized the importance of cooperating in different areas, adding that the two countries have become one.
But the proceedings of the 2023 presidential elections to
I apologize for the mix-up. The president strongly criticized the current structure of the global financial system, which places an unsustainable external debt burden on the most vulnerable countries. He warned that such debt burdens would make it extremely difficult for LCDs and LDCs to meet the 2030 agenda for 17 Sustainable Development Goals. National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has canvassed for stronger synergy between the Nigerian and Indian pharmaceutical sector. Now, NAFDAC's Director General, Professor Mojísọ́lá Adéyẹyẹ, who made the assertion at the India-Nigeria Pharmaceuticals and Health Industry Forum organized in Lagos, said the collaboration with India would provide unhindered access to medicines that are safe, efficacious, affordable, and of required quality as a responsible national regulatory agency. Adeyeye assured that NAFDAC would continue to forge meaningful alliance with relevant bodies within the confines of its mandate and in line with global best practices. And now to other matters, the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, has revealed that police recorded and responded to 183 major incidents after it arrested 203 electoral offenders during the presidential and National Assembly elections held on Saturday, February 25, 2023. He also noted that the cases are currently at various stages of investigation at the Nigeria Police Electoral Offences Desk, adding that they will be concluded and processed to the Legal Department of the Independent National Electoral Commission for prosecution in due course. The police chief made the revelation during a meeting with strategic police managers comprising Deputy Inspectors General of Police and members of the Force Management Team, Assistant Inspectors General of Police, Commissioners of Police, and heads of tactical, investigative, and operational units of the force at the Goodluck Jonathan Peacekeeping Hall, Force Headquarters in Abuja. Minister of Interior Ralph Aregbesola has tasked officers of the Nigerian Correctional Center to employ all means necessary to keep inmates in their custody safe from any harm at all times by being dangerous, deadly, and merciless towards any unfortunate intruder of any custodial center. The minister gave the charge while addressing the fresh batch of 117 cadres graduates of the Assistant Superintendent of Correctional Basic Course, Batch 6 of the Nigerian Correctional Service in Kaduna. Aregbesola said that as the instrument of government at ensuring that convicts are kept away from society, for them to be reformed and later reintegrated into society as better citizens, correctional officers must keep all inmates in their custody safe from any harm and safe for themselves. Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project has urged President Muhammadu Buhari to disclose details of the measures that he was taking to immediately obey the Supreme Court decision extending the validity of the old 200 naira, 500 naira, and 1,000 naira notes, and also to direct the Central Bank of Nigeria to continue to receive the notes from Nigerians. In a letter dated March 4th, 2023 and signed by SERAP's Deputy Director Kolawole Oluwadare, the organization said there was an overriding public interest in disclosing the details of the measures that the government and the CBN were taking to effectively and satisfactorily obey the Supreme Court decision. SERAP also urged the President to publicly instruct the CBN to immediately and effectively implement the Supreme Court decision ordering an end to the cash withdrawal limits imposed by banks because such restrictions violate citizens' right to freely use their property. Central Bank of Nigeria has disbursed 114 billion naira to beneficiaries under its 100 policy on production and productivity since the commencement of the intervention. This was disclosed in a communique issued by the CBN Governor, Godwin Emefiele, after the last Monetary Policy Committee meeting held in Abuja. He stated that the funds were expended on 71 projects across healthcare, manufacturing, and agriculture sector. Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has asked the Court of Appeal to vary the ex parte order made in favor of Labour Party and the People's Democratic Party with regards to inspection of materials used for the presidential election. Newsmen report that the appellate court had on March 3 granted leave to Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party and Peter Obi of Labour Party to inspect election materials used by INEC to conduct the February 25 presidential election. The court granted the dual permission following two separate ex parte applications filed by Atiku and Obi, who came second and third respectively in the presidential election won by Asiwaju Bola Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress. Group under the aegis of Votes Must Count International Initiative has called on the Independent National Electoral Commission to cancel the just concluded presidential election. The group stated this at a press conference in Abuja. Addressing journalists, the country director, Dr. Avotu Johnson, said Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, leader of INEC, performed below expectations.
We vat the proceedings of the 2023 presidential elections to a cooking pot of a stillborn child because its process are honestly not accepted by the people and the values of our democracy in general. The world knows that these presidential elections were conducted under a very serious disrespect to our citizenry because INEC refused to follow the rules of the game, which provides that voting results were expected to be uploaded at real time, which the world did not see at all. These are electoral irregularities, and it provided the platform for the election rigging we have seen today. We hereby use this opportunity to state herein that the February 25th, 2023 presidential election conducted by INEC provided fake results so therefore should be discarded. The results must be discarded so that we can together rebuild a nation of our dreams. As a democracy crusader group, we are using this chance to seek redress in the issues of the cancellation of the overall presidential and National Assembly elections and follow a new electoral calendar that will provide a sound electioneering process that must breed a positive and responsive results that should reflect the choice of the Nigerian people.
Johnson, however, tasked INEC to give a councillor declare Mr. Peter Obi of Labour Party winner of the poll. It could be recalled that the electoral umpire had declared Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the ruling All Progressives Congress, who polled over 8 million votes to defeat his closest opponent, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party, winner of the election. Turkish Prime Minister Mevlut Cavusoglu has appreciated the international support during the time he called the darkest days of the earthquake aftermath and credited least developed countries for being the first to respond and to help. He spoke when heads of states and officials from different nationals met in Doha, Qatar for the opening of the 5th United Nations Conference on the least developed countries. And in sports, President Muhammadu Buhari has charged the Flying Eagles to defy all odds and to win the ongoing CAF Under-20 AFCON in Egypt. In his delivering message to the team, Sports Minister Sunday Dare, who arrived in Cairo alongside former Super Eagles captain and aide to Buhari, Daniel Amokachi, encouraged the Flying Eagles to aim for the ultimate prize. Nigeria will face the Gambia today in the semi-finals of the competition with a ticket to the Under-20 World Cup finals of FIFA already secured. And that's about the news, but before we go, a recap of the highlights. NAFDAC seeks for stronger synergy with Indian pharmaceutical sector. CBN has disbursed over 100 billion to beneficiaries on productivity. And we told you in the world of sports that President Buhari has tasked Flying Eagles to win Under-20 AFCON. And that's the news at 6 is edited by Aisha Badigi. To listen to us online, please visit citizenfm.ng. I am Didi and to stay with us. Super Citizen at Sunset continues in a bit.
Looking for the best in news updates?
Yeah, man.
Listen to Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. Now listen. News on the hour, 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., and 11 a.m. 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. News at noon, 12 noon. News from across the states, 4 p.m. And our major news at 6 p.m. Citizen FM 93.7.